Juli. What is it about the U.S. Open that makes it the one that you want to win most and everybody wants to win most?
Well, I think it tests all aspects of your game, not only your physical game, but your mental game. And you can go anywhere in the world, and if you say you've won the U.S. Open, everybody respects that and gets it. And, your wins are great, but if I never won a U.S. Open, I would feel like my career is just not where it should be. But winning a U.S. Open, I lost in 1992 in a playoff, and then able to come back and in '99 and win it. It was a great thrill for me.
Questions for Juli. We'll go here to John Paul.
Yes, hi. One of the things I'm interested in is how hard it is to not get to number one in the world, but to remain there. And I'm wondering if these days somehow it's different or harder than it used to be to sort of stay at number one with the pressures. Any thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, there's so many more players playing golf around the world. When I first started playing, we mostly American-born citizens played golf. Girls, they went to college, 4 years of college, and then we came out and we played against each other. Now you've got, I don't know how many countries that are on our tour, and we're getting the best of every country, and that's a lot of great players. And I think injuries and passion for the game, I think, plays a big role. Most of these girls are starting off really young playing, and by the time they get out here, they've already played 10 years of competitive golf, and now you're asking them to play another 10 years or whatever, and it's just a lot of golf, a lot of wear and tear on your body. I didn't even start playing until I was 15. So I think it's just different times and a lot of different great players coming from all over the world.
Just as a follow-up to that, we've had a couple of very long-time champions. Three really, with Annika and Lorena, and Yanni was number one for a long time. How have they done it, do you think, sustained number one that long?
Well, I think number one, they're great players. And I think a lot of them had a lot of outside interests. I know Lorena, golf was what she did. It wasn't who she was. And she had a lot of outside interests that, every time she'd come back fresh. Annika the same way. She had a lot of things going on. I just think a lot of these girls, golf is what they do. And I think it's just really hard to sustain that. NB is playing great right now. And she's just, every week she's right in the hunt. So they're just, Lorena, Yanni, and you're going to have the exception to the rule, and it's like a tiger. He's an exception to the rule.
One quick follow-up then. If you were to give advice to, let's say, NB about how to sustain being number one, what would you tell her?
I would say, when you don't play, don't play. Just get away from it. Do something that's really you're passionate about, whether it's just laying on the couch or shopping or working with a charity or getting involved in something else. And a lot of these girls, like NB, when we have a week off here, she goes over and plays in Japan. So they're playing a lot of golf. And I think sometimes you just kind of get burned out.
Go to Stuart.
What do you remember about that first Open when you were an amateur? And also being an amateur, what were your expectations going in?
Well, I qualified when I was 18, so I've only been playing golf for 3 years, and I had no expectations. I never really followed women's golf. I wasn't a big TV watcher, so I didn't really know that much. It was in Indianapolis at Indianapolis Country Club. And I'll tell you the story I remember the most is going out to the range and seeing all brand new Titleists. I was like, whoa! So every day I fleeced a few and put them in my bag and took them home. But I remember seeing like a Nancy Lopez and a Joanne Carner, and I remember I shot 80 my first round, and then I shot 72 to make the cut, and then 72 something. So I played well, and I just remember just how tough and challenging it was.